Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about, and I'm here to do my first of two NBA recaps here tonight. Two Amazon Prime games. First one, we had the San Antonio Spurs beating the Houston Rockets 121 to 110 reaction. Great fourth quarter there by the Spurs. You know, it was a fun back and forth game through three quarters, I thought, but the Spurs were able to get it done in the fourth quarter. And really, the Rockets playing the 2-3 zone in the fourth quarter when running single big was kind of tough to watch, I thought, because the Spurs offensive rebounded 64% of their missed shots in the fourth quarter. Just, you can't give up that many offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. But all things considered, it just wasn't meant to be today. Not with that defensive effort, giving up 121 points for Houston. But Şengün had a good night still. I mean, he had 25, 9, and 8, a near triple-double. But, you know, Wemby hasn't been as aggressive these last few games, but the Spurs look like they finally figured out how to counter teams just swarming Wemby. He passes out, forces defenders to scramble as the Spurs swing the ball to the open man. They shot 18 of 45 from 3. They attacked the offensive glass tonight, especially in the fourth quarter, to get a huge win. So let's go over the stats here. The leading scorer tonight was, the top two leading scorers was, be glad when I had this little cold I have is done. I'm tired of it. Wembanyama, 22 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 8 for 16 from Wembanyama. Tonight, I thought a solid game from Victor. Much better than the last two games. Little two-game skid where he hasn't really looked aggressive, hasn't really looked great. But in the first half, he wasn't really great. He wasn't too aggressive, only had 4 points, I think. But 18 of his 22 come in the second half. He had 18 points, 6 of 10 with 2 blocks. So he was way better in the second half than in the first half. Felt more aggressive. Julian Champagnie, 22 points, 7 rebounds. What a game from Julian Champagnie tonight. Shout out to Devin Vassell, also had big shots late. Harrison Barnes kept him in it early. Julian Champagnie was awesome. Victor, Sohan, and Castle mucked it up defensively when they needed it. Give all the credit. Champagnie, Vassell, and Barnes combined scored more threes than the whole Rockets team. So, great game from Champagnie tonight. He was, what? 8 for 6, 8, I forgot what he was, from 3 tonight. But he also had 5 steals, 1 assist. What hell of a game from him, man. But Harrison Barnes and Champagnie combined to shoot 12 of 22 from 3. That's big time. They moved it well versus zone and offensive boards. But Champagnie had 22 points. Harrison Barnes, he was actually the leading scorer, 24 points. So Harrison Barnes was actually the leading scorer tonight. Still getting it done. Champagnie and Harrison Barnes making threes, and they were getting offensive rebounds. The Spurs were as a team, just in general as a whole. Devin Vassell, 15 points, 4 for 12. Stephen Castle, 14 points, 13 assists, 6 rebounds from Stephen Castle tonight. Let's go over his full stat line here. 2 steals, 5 of 12 shooting. Great game from Stephen Castle. He did go 0-4 from 3, but he's not really a 3-point guy. But he played a good game. 14 points, had 13 assists, so he was great passing the ball. Season high, so had 2 steals and 1 block, which I guess is 3 stocks, as people call them, stocks. Jeremy Sohan, 2 points. Lindy Waters, 3 points. Jordan McLaughlin had 9 points. So you even got 9 points off the bench from fucking Jordan McLaughlin, of all people. Went 4 of 6. Keldon Johnson's 8 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds from Keldon. And I think he had, 5 offensive rebounds, so he was fantastic on the offensive glass. And Kelly Olynyk with 2 points. And the Spurs improved to 6-2. The Rockets dropped to 5-3. Şengün, 25 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds, 10 of 22 from Alperen Şengün. He could have been better in the first half, but he really showed his superstar qualities in the second half. It's just the Spurs role players made a huge impact, and you could see it in the result. 1 steal and also 1 block from Alperen Şengün, so I thought he played way better in the second half. He still had a pretty damn good game. But the rest of the role players just didn't do much. Durant was only 8 for 18. He also turned the ball over 8 times. I mean, Reed Sheppard definitely had his best game as a Rocket, shooting-wise. But yeah, Alperen Şengün played great. Kevin Durant, 24 points, but he was 8 for 18. I believe he had, 8 turnovers tonight. He only had 2 assists to 8 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. I guess in a fit, I think it was, 8 turnovers. And Tari Eason had 5, and you had 3 other players with 3. Şengün, I'm not going to blame him too much. Kogi and Thompson each had 3 turnovers. All around terrible game from KD. Jabari Smith, 5 points, 2 of 6. Josh Okogie, 12 points. Amen Thompson, 14 points, 7 rebounds from Amen Thompson. I don't know if, Amen Thompson, don't think he's really going to get much better. Tari Eason, he had 11 points, and was 4 of 6, but you had 5 turnovers, son. Clint Capella, 0 points in 6 minutes, had 3 rebounds. I genuinely forgot Clint Capella was on this team. Steven Adams, 23 points, 8 rebounds for Steven Adams. Reed Sheppard had 16 points, 6 assists in his 26 minutes. He definitely had his best game as a Houston Rocket. I believe he was 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. So, plus 8. So he definitely had his best shooting game for sure. He still compromises the defense at times, but he was definitely a bright spot on the offensive end outside of Şengün. And the Rockets fall to 5-3. Let's go quarter by quarter, then we'll go over team stats and then wrap it up. Rockets had 25 in the first quarter, 25 in the second quarter, 32 in the third quarter, 28 in the fourth quarter. Spurs had 23 in the first quarter, 28 in the second quarter, 35 in the third quarter, and then 35 in the fourth quarter. So their offense went off in the second half, 35 in the third and fourth quarters. The Rockets defense just wasn't good enough. But a good win for the Spurs, man. They barely lost to the Lakers in a game that they probably should have won, and then they beat the Rockets. They're going to be contenders in this Western Conference, and getting De'Aaron Fox back too. They're going to be contenders. But they shot 46% from the field tonight, 40 from 3, 92 from the line, 40 total boards, 15 offensive, 25 defensive, 30 assists, 4 blocks, 15 steals, 20 turnovers, 38 points in the paint, 19 fouls for the Rockets, 45 from the field, 48 from 3, 90 from the line, 41 total boards, 17 offensive, 24 defensive, 25 assists, 4 blocks, 12 steals, 23 turnovers. Both teams with 20-plus turnovers. 44 points in the paint, 24 personal fouls. But the Rockets dropped to 5-3, 121-110. The Spurs get the win here. But the Rockets I don't know about this Rockets team, man. I thought they would be way better than they are. I know it's early in the year, and you're like, oh, they're 5-3. They're bad. Well, their wins have come against the Celtics, the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Raptors, and the Nets, and the 3, I guess, good teams they've played. The Thunder, which they went to double overtime to be fair, but they lost. The Pistons, they lost. And the Spurs, they've lost. So the good teams they've played, they've lost to. So I don't know what to make of this Rocket team so far. But yeah, 121-110. Spurs beat the Rockets. That's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace. And leave your thoughts in the comment section below.